All right, Golgari time. So, the advantages and disadvantages to playing black over red. Disadvantage, no Fable. Advantage, better interaction. Slightly better threat base too, because you get to play like Bronco, Kaervek, Gisa. Hey everybody, Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer Crimes with Freestrider Lookout. This is a card, depending on when you're watching this, I'm not exactly sure when this video is going to go up, but I can assure you if you are a fan of this card, we've got a couple of videos with it in the timeline. It's a card that I've been playing a lot with over the past, week or so, ever since kind of the Aspiringspike boom hit, which, if you've watched some Aspiringspike content, you know how fast his stuff travels. And I wanted to see if I could make this card work in Pioneer, and the jury is still out, maybe, but that's for you to decide. Let me know in the comments after you watch this video. But yeah, this is crime package, I guess, as it were, where you are playing Freestrider Lookout, which is a card that says whenever you commit a crime, you look at the top 5 cards of your library, you can put a land from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest in the bottom, and this ability triggers only once each turn. Notably, you can do it on your turn and their turn. So if you have, a way to commit a crime on your turn, then pass the turn, way to commit a crime on their turn, bam, 2 more lands into play. Which, for a 3-mana 3/3 that gets 2 lands, that's pretty powerful. The other crime payoffs we have in this particular version are Kaervek the Punisher, which is when you commit a crime, you can exile a black card from your graveyard, copy it, cast the copy, lose 2 life, which means, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, even Caustic Bronco, just any of your black threats. And then the last crime payoff here is Gisa, the Hellraiser. 5-mana 4/4. Its ward cost is pretty costly, actually. 2 mana and 2 life. Skeletons in zombies you control get +1/+1 and, again, have Menace. And whenever you commit a crime, create 2 tapped 2/2 blue and black zombies. This ability only triggers once each turn. Funny enough, Kaervek does not trigger once each turn, although it's kind of mana intensive, right? Like if you're casting a black card from your graveyard, it's not clear you're going to be able to commit crimes. But one thing I will mention, if you activate Kaervek and you have, say you have 2 Fatal Pushes in your graveyard, you commit a crime, Fatal Push from the graveyard. The Fatal Push from the graveyard is going to trigger the Kaervek again. So if you have mana and targets for your multiple Fatal Push in the graveyard, you can kind of just shotgun all their stuff, which is really cool in some matchups. At the cost of 2 life for each, so it's a little costly. And then the main way that we have to commit crimes here, and I will be honest with you, I did kind of talk about this in the wrap-up, there probably should be 4 Scrabbling Claws in this deck, especially given how many crime payoffs there are. So keep that in mind moving forward, and don't yell at me in the comments, although you're probably going to do that anyways. But a lot of people didn't realize that this card is actually Pioneer legal, A lot of these shells that Aspiringspike has been working on have Relic of Progenitus, which unfortunately we don't have access to in Pioneer, but we have something that's pretty dang close, which is Scrabbling Claws. Just 1 mana artifact, tap, target player exiles a card from their graveyard, which is really important because it does not require additional mana to commit crimes every single turn. So you can imagine a curve that's turn 1 Claws, turn 3 Lookout, immediately tap the Claws, you're just up a free land off Lookout, and that's very, very powerful. Past all of the crime stuff and crime payoffs, we have just traditional Golgari stuff, right? Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, removal spells. We're also trying out a new card here in Caustic Bronco. Again, another card I've been very, very impressed with in Standard. Let's see if it holds up in Pioneer. Mosswood Dreadknight, kind of the same thing. This is realistically, if you're playing a Golgari midrange deck in mostly any format, like even, maybe not modern, it might not quite be modern playable, but 2 mana for a 3/2, it's a good body, it's hard to kill, it provides card advantage, it's, it's just everything you could ever want in a Golgari deck. And then another cool thing here is Graveyard Trespasser is notably, there are graveyard decks in the format. Phoenix, Amalia uses their graveyard sometimes with Return to the Ranks. And what's nice about Graveyard Trespasser, it commits a crime, for free, but you have to attack with it, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. The mana base probably needs a little bit of work. This was kind of the first rough draft here. So Freestrider Lookout is very good with Field of Ruin, because Field of Ruin kind of sort of self-fulfills the Lookout, where you hit a Lookout off Freestrider, or excuse me, you hit a Field of Ruin off Freestrider. The Field of Ruin can then commit a crime again the next turn, can find more fields, and they kind of just keep chaining, if that makes sense. So field is very good, but you kind of want some number of utility lands past that. So I have like 1 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 4 Restless Cottage, which I think might be a little too much. And the absence of Sunken Citadel was, that card was drastically missed in the league that I played with this deck. So moving forward, I think I'd probably want some Citadels and, perhaps less Blooming Marshes, maybe less Cottages, something along those lines. But that's pretty much it for the main deck. As far as the sideboard is concerned, just kind of stuff that is good against decks, right? Bankbuster for the grindy matchups, Hearse for Phoenix, Ashiok for Lotus, Pick Your Poison for cards, I guess, as it were. Duress for the control matchup, Knight of Dusk Shadow for Amalia, Liliana for the grindy matchups, and Path of Peril for those pesky creature strategies. So that is pretty much it for the wrap-up here. And again, I think you guys are going to like this one. So without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Kind of wish we were in the play with this hand, but I'm still going to keep it. Just play Lookout in your Rakdos deck. Maybe that's the justification for playing the extra 20 cards. Look, I'm just saying, if I'm building my entire deck around drawing specifically Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, I'm not in the business of adding 20 cards to it. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not about that life. If you want to, you can, though. That's fine. Adding Yorion makes your deck more consistent. What is this opponent cooking? Ayo! You have a Merfolk Gamer spotted. Alright, Bronco me. Merfolk Gamer alert. Merfolk Gamer alert. A lot of Silvergill adepts. I played against a World Souls Rage deck last night that played 4 Emrakul in their deck. Huh. Interesting. Am I winning yet? No, I'm not doing a ton of winning today. No, this doesn't commit a crime. It says each opponent loses that much life, unfortunately. Because if it did commit a crime, we'd have a hell of a curve. I think I'm still supposed to deploy the Lookout this turn. What if I actually just offer the trade of Bronco? They might just not take the trade, but I guess I'm also okay with that. No, I kind of need the Bronco to block, don't I? Okay, I know this is going to look weird. I'm actually just going to trade with the Bronco this turn. I guess I should have traded last turn, but I'm just going to block with the Bronco now. Because the issue is, if I attack, they just don't block, take 2, untap, attack, play this. And I don't want to trade the Lookout for either of these. I'd much rather trade the Bronco for one of these. How did Gruul go? First league, not so good. Second league, we 3-2'd. It needs a little bit of work, but it's getting there for sure. I think there's definitely something there. That card has Flash. Alright, I'm going to block. Wouldn't mind trying a land here. I guess even if we don't, we can still double crime. I'm going to cast the Claws first because I want to be able to pay for Spell Pierce. If they pierce this, I'll probably just pay. Alright, but now we have to go Decay main phase. And then I can Claws on their turn. I actually think I might attack here too. Our mana's good enough to take a field here, right? I think. Probably fine. And the reason I'm attacking is because if they have a second Lord, there's no shot I'm blocking. I'm not trading Lookout for this. So, if they have another Lord, which they are pretty likely to do, I think it's better for me to attack there. Because I'm just never going to block. One nice thing about the Gruul version, or one thing that I realized about the second version we played, was I really like World Souls Rage. I think that it's probably correct to just play 4 World Souls Rage, to be honest, because you just hit you hit every single land drop. You have a lot of Field of Ruins, a lot of Volatile Faults, and you just get to these spots where Rage is just, it's so sick, because you just get all the fields back and trigger Tracker a bunch. How have I been liking Kaervek? I don't have a lot of experience with it in Pioneer. I've been playing it a lot in Standard, but Pioneer is a format that I have not cast that card a lot in. It seems like it has potential in this shell, though. Especially, like, so the issue with Kaervek, right, is it's kind of mana intensive, where you have to, like, play a black card and then have extra mana left over to cast the other black card from your graveyard. But if you're hitting all of your land drops with Lookout, then it kind of fuels itself, if that makes sense. It's also life intensive. Yeah, that is true. Deep Root Pilgrimage. It's a lot of 1/1s. Mist Caller. Okay. I'm with you. We are getting Joeled. This is non-token, right? Yeah, so if I go Gisa into Claws, they can't sack Mist Caller to deny my tokens. Now I might just play defense, because I'm just going to take over the game with Gisa. Thought it was any crime, so you can use field and flashback a push. Correct. Yeah, you can play, if you have Kaervek in play, you can field, trigger Kaervek, flashback, or removal spell. You can do that. Surely it's just Gisa here, right? I guess the other option would be, like, Kaervek, 3, Claws, flashback, decay. How much do I care about the Pilgrimage? I can probably just do that next turn and give them 1 or 2 more tokens. I don't think it's a huge deal. Yeah, I'm just going to play Gisa. I could also hold the Boseiju, I guess. That could be something I want to do. Because I can Boseiju the Pilgrimage. I can't do it this turn, obviously. But next turn I can. Get a Reader. Alright, you exile a card from your graveyard, please. The Gisa selfie art. This is my favorite art from, or like my favorite altar art from the new set. I actually like it quite a bit. Grave Titan coming in. I have located the Grave Titan. It's your turn. And then next turn we get to go commit crime on my turn and crime on their turn and get 4 more tokens off Gisa. This card is really hard to beat if you can trigger it on your turn and their turn. It's a really fucked up card. Try it in Legacy. Play Freestrider Lookout. Force of Will your card. Trigger my Freestrider. I mean, it is kind of cool with Force of Will and Daze and Wasteland. Ooh. Are you allowed to play 3-mana cards in Legacy, though? I should specifically say 3-mana cards that don't impact the battlefield. It blocks Delver, I guess. It does block Delver. Yeah, but, like, Doomsday wins the game on the spot. Yeah, well, Oko impacts the battlefield, right? Oko removes their best creature, so saying that Oko does not impact the battlefield is kind of disingenuous. It definitely does. Yeah, also, Oko is not legal. That's a big part of this, huh? Do I Kaervek here? My mana situation is a bit suspicious here, because I kind of have to kill the Kumena. I mean, what I could do is just go Bitter Triumph, discard Blooming Marsh, flashback Decay on this, and then also play the Bronco. I can do all of that, right? So discard here, kill this, do this. Oh wait, no, because I'm not playing the Kaervek in this line. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a huge deal. I could just Boseiju the Pilgrimage. Yeah, Claws is free crime. I mean, I can Claws on their turn. Part of this line involved me casting the Kaervek, which I apparently did not do, but we'll be fine. Get a Hive. Gisa, make some more things. I mean, they're just dead, right? They're extremely dead. Like, they can make 2 more tokens, but I just don't think that matters. We are playing against the Fish. The Fish, will we be able to defeat the Joels? The Joels are strong. I guess I can still play the Kaervek. I just want to leave all my blockers back. Because again, I feel like if I untap 1 more turn, they're just dead. Imagine not drawing a card here. Oh, they could have? Yeah. I'm just going to pass. We're going to go wide, Joel. Extremely wide. Because we can still Claws on their turn, trigger these 2. We are fine. I'll eventually get to a spot where I can attack them. Again, just no real rush to do that now. Kind of just vibing. Vibing and criming. We're committing a lot of crimes today. Surprised the cops haven't shown up. Collected company. Sure, that's fine. It's not fine if I hit Phyrexian Revoker and name Scrabbling Claws. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, but this card was reprinted in Ravnica Allegiance. Is there a Black-Green Seasons Pass with Lookout Shell? I just don't think Seasons Pass is that good, is the issue. It's too slow. Right, that's the other thing too. It's like the benefit of playing Seasons Pass is you blank their removal spells. But if you're giving them a good Fatal Push target, that's not really where you want to be. Do we think Lookout will actually be a player in formats? Oh yeah. I mean, Spike's been crushing with it in Modern. I'm trying it in Pioneer. I've been playing a lot of it in Standard too. It's just a good card. Like, it unironically might be one of the best cards in the set. It's just a lot of value, you know. Look at this. I'm tapping my artifact for no mana, and I'm getting 3 triggers. Like, what the hell? It's so sick. Should have probably taken a field. Not that it matters. You can just click buttons at this point. So this is 18, which means they have to at least block one of these. 2 of these, right? So they have to lose 4 creatures. Okay, so let's go. I want to kill the Sentinel before attacks. So let's do that. I'm going to flashback Decay in case they have a counterspell. I don't know what counterspell they could have here. Do I also want to cast the Bronco? Nah, it's fine. I don't want to pay more life. I can just cast the Bronco from my hand. I mean, this game's just over, right? Yeah, okay. That was disgusting. Okay, Merfolk, huh? Merfolk. The Merfolk, aka Joels. Do we have anything against Joels? Personally, I don't. I like Joels. It's not really a lot here, right? Bankbuster, no. Path of Peril, probably. I guess Path. Path is good. Other than Path, there's not really a lot else here. Can shave... I'm going to shave a Bronco because we're bringing in a Path. I think Bankbuster seems good. Why do you like Bankbuster? Yeah, I thought about Pick Your Poison for the enchantment, but they just don't have a lot of targets is the issue. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm just kind of stuck with that card in hand. And we have Decay Boseiju, which is not a ton, but even if they go super deep and go off with the enchantment, we just have the Path of Peril too, so I'm just not that scared about the card. I have not tried Jace Valky. I know some other people have in Pioneer, but I haven't tried it myself. Mostly just because I think the only shell that it's really good in is blue-black control, and I really don't want to play blue-black control. So, but I have seen people play it, and I don't think it's bad. I think people have had some success with it. Not the best draw. Yeah, this is like the perfect Gisa deck. Shaper's Sanctuary. Well, what if I just don't target your creatures then? Really need to find a land next turn, though. I'm too lazy to clause them. I should, but... Yeah, Scrabbling Clause is from Ravnica Allegiance. It got reprinted in that set. I'm not quite sure why, but it did. Alright, game's over. Game is over. Get to double Lookout next turn. I'm just going to ignore the Shaper Sanctuary. Just never going to kill any of their creatures. I don't need to. Merfolk Branch Walker. They hate a land, so lucky. So lucky. Alright, give me 2 more lands, please. Is our mana good enough to take a second field? Do I need a second field? I mean, we're going to get 2 more lands on their turn, right? It's probably fine. This is disgusting. I'm going to untap on my 5th turn with like 10 mana in play. Go. Your turn. I could probably attack there, but I don't know if I need to. Yeah, we trigger it twice on our turn and twice on their turn. Weirdo. What a weirdo. Cottage me. I'm gonna have no lands left in my deck at this rate. I guess I'll take 2 more. Sure, I guess. I have enough fields at this point. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait, I should have played the Lookout first. Whoops. That's fine. I'm just going to send in both. I should have played the Lookout first, though, because I am going to play the second Lookout this turn. I looked at chat, and you have how many lands? Yeah, and I even missed the trigger, because I was supposed to cast the Lookout, but I just forgot to. So I should have 1 more land in play. Yeah, I'm just not going to kill your creatures. It's not going to happen. No matter how many times you ask me, I'm not going to target any of your creatures. It's not going to happen. Are we not playing some Surveil lands? I mean, the problem is you already kind of have a lot of tap lands. You have the 4 cottages, and then Field of Ruin is kind of like a tap land since it doesn't produce black mana the turn you play it. No, we actually have 3 open spots for Thursday. So if anybody wants to get in on the donation deck for Thursday, we have 3 open spots. Each individual spot is 5 gifted subs or $25 due. So if you want to get in on the action, 3 open spots. 5 gifted or $25 dues. We can keep this. No crimers, but duress me. Dun, 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 dun. If they're willing to take a Thoughtseize, I was planning on playing Cottage on one, but like, I'm trying to think of what situation. Maybe they just don't care about the push. The high upside line is just shock, Thoughtseize, try to rip it on tap land for Bronco. I'm going to take the high upside line. Well, it turns out their hand actually doesn't really care that much about Thoughtseize. Excuse me. So how does this work? I take Act. They take Push. This doesn't work out. I think I might have to take the... I don't even know. Preacher, maybe? It's got to be Preacher, right? It's like the only thing that makes sense. Maybe they stumble on lands a bit. Yeah, it has to be Preacher. I'm the one confused. My guess is they take this, maybe? Just because they can Heartless Act either of these. They took a Bronco. Maybe means they drew Push. No land to be sick here. Not that it's like that likely. They do play a lot of lands in their deck. I think most Vampires lists are on, what, 25 or 26? It's not bad. This is how it... Be really nice to find a Field of Ruin. Field would go really sick here. Alright, field me? Field me? No. Let's draw a card, I think. Maybe it was better to hold up Fatal Push so that they basically can't ever cast the Heartless Act. Like, if they're ever in a spot... Okay, well, they drew this anyways. So it wouldn't have mattered. So I go to 10. They probably cast the Act now, or they just ignore it. Okay. Actually, wait, we're fine, right? Because we can go attack with both. 6, 7, 8. No, because they have the Hive, right? We saddle first. Well, the problem is, what ends up happening is they just go end step Act, deal me 2, put me to 8, untap, animate Hive. They have 9. So they have me exactly dead. It's true. I guess if they act, we push. And then if they don't act, we can just push the Hive. So we go Mosswood, use the Mosswood to saddle, attack with both, pass. I think that makes the most sense, right? Because then even if they just go attack and Heartless Act, that's only 8 damage and we're at 10. Right? I don't know. Yeah, why did they take the Bronco off that Thoughtseize? Leaving me with the push seems insane. Because now they just can't cast this, right? They actually just cannot cast this card. Okay. That doesn't accomplish that much. But we're not dead. That's pretty important. Maybe they misclicked. Could have just been a misclick. Because it seems pretty clear to me that you're supposed to take the Fatal Push there. Alright, I'm at 5. Yeah, they're just dead on the crackback. Even through the blocker. Which we have Fatal Push for anyways. Push the Bronco. So their last card is Heartless Act. Okay. They have died. No, they actually haven't died. Unless we rip it on tap land for Cottage. Because they can act the Dreadknight. I mean, is there ever a world where I don't cast the push? That's kind of stupid, right? Yeah. Well, I push, then they act. So they act this, I go to 1. So it's got to be a field or a basic. Well, that's fine, right? Because that kills the Hive. Yeah, that's actually a fine draw step. I can also play the Bronco, can I? Might as well. It's like not a lot of reason to not play the Bronco. Because even if they draw Thoughtseize, they also can't Thoughtseize because they're a 1. But I discard Abrupt Decay. Bronco bait? I mean, they probably should have won that game, right? If they just taken the Fatal Push with the Thoughtseize. I don't think we were supposed to win that game, but I mean, I'll take it. Okay. Okay, here's the question. Is there any hints as to whether they're playing Rakdos mid-range or Rakdos vampires? Because that will determine whether or not we want to bring in Pick Your Poison. I mean, I'm going to assume vampires just because that's more popular, but Preacher. So I guess if they were mid-range, they would be playing Trespasser over Preacher. Yeah, the 6/6 has been pretty common in vamps. We're gonna bring in the Pick Your Poisons. Anything else that I want? Probably not. Maybe Duress, but I kind of want to cut the Thoughtseizes. Thoughtseize is pretty good with Kaervek. What if the card we're supposed to cut is Bronco? Is that wild? I don't hate it. It lines up poorly against Push and Harvester, especially on the draw. Like, imagine a situation where they play Harvester, you play Bronco, they just sack their Harvester, kill your Bronco. It's better on the play, I guess. Like, I just don't know what else you want to cut. Cut the 5s, maybe? Sure, the Decay can maybe go. Would you rather have Bronco over Dreadknight? Could also shave on Claws, maybe. Buster that good? I think Bankbuster is better than Bronco. It's like card advantage that doesn't die to Fatal Push. I'm gonna try this. Probably don't want to keep this one. I mean, I am on the draw. Just saying. Yeah, I'm actually very, very surprised at how many crimes we've committed today, and somehow the police have not shown up. I don't like Liliana against vampires. The problem with Lily against them is they just have too many shitters. Harvester, Dusk Legion, Zealot, they just have too many things to, like, put in the way of Liliana. No, we still have 3 spots for Thursday. Not respecting the clause, huh? The disrespect. Do you say are you saying that in a good way or a bad way, Pike? Unclear. Hard for me to tell. I mean, this song is a banger. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's kind of a banger. Alright, probably gonna have to cycle that one. A bit of Boseiju their Urborg. What's the point of that? Is there a difference between them having double black and single black? I don't think so. I feel like I'd rather save it for a Fable. Or maybe just kill the Mutavault. Before I send it, is Mono White Devotion off the table for Dono? Nah, Mono White Devotion's fine. I'm into it. Just Bing chillin'. Bing chillin'. Their third land was a Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Let's go. Now I could Boseiju. Although it's awkward because it turns on... Yeah, 5 gifted subs. 5 gifted for a Dono. It does turn on Fatal Push. Is that worth it? Because I can go Shock, Overgrown Tomb, Boseiju, one of these, flashback the Thoughtseize, and then they push this. It's like not the worst exchange, right? I'll do it. I think I'll do it. Question is, what do we kill? Mutavault or Urborg? I think I don't care about the Hive that much. We Thoughtseize with the Claws. Oh, right. Right, I don't even have to. So I just -2 for no reason. I forget that I can just use the Claws. Yeah, you're right. So I just went -2 for no reason. Helldozer with the 5 gifted subs. Folks, if you didn't get one, dodge and chat. It's as simple as that. Thank you for the 5 gifted Helldozer. I greatly appreciate that. Just put the link in the the Discord. You know what to do. Get this out of here. Nice red mana. Scream, are we having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? I'm having fun. Helldozer again, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. I don't see any dodged. I don't see any dodged in the chat right now. There is a distinct lack of dodge. Okay, they're plussing. Should we cycle the Claws? It's bad if we draw Gisa, Lookout, or Kaervek. I think I'm going to hold. Okay, now we can hold up Fatal Push. Not that that matters all that much. If I choose no cards, do I still get the food? Yeah, okay, it's up to. I don't want to. I want to leave their cards in the graveyard so I can target it later with claws. And now it is time to wake up. Their hand is 3 Fables and a Harvester. Tres Fable. They don't need cards in the yard to target them with claws, but they need a card in the graveyard for the second ability if I want to cycle it. I guess I could target my own thing, but it's fine. And this is the perfect timing for this song. Fable. Fable, 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 Fable. Okay. Huh. So they're giving me the option of Fatal pushing their Mutavault and letting them keep the Sorin. Yeah, I'm just not going to do that. I just want to kill Sorin. It's not the best draw. We need to find a Gisa. Gisa will blow this game wide open. I'm going to hold the Boseiju, because I might want to eventually kill either a Fable or a Mutavault. But if we don't find Gisa quickly, we're going to get buried by these Fables. Cycle the Claws. Yeah, it might be worth it now, because we really have to find specifically Gisa. Okay. Yeah, I think we got to cycle the Claws. I just have to. I guess I'll do this, but they're just going to target the Heartless Act. Don't do it. Why? If I draw Gisa, I can still commit 2 crimes. It's fine. I can't win this game if I don't draw Gisa. It's not the worst draw step. I guess I'll just do this now. They can push anyways. Maybe that was bad. I guess no matter when I do it, they're going to be able to push. Oh, wait, no, we know their hand is. Their hand is still 2 Fables and a Harvester. Okay. Yeah, Lookout is a start for sure. And then if we find Gisa, we can still trigger it because we have Boseiju. And we can at least Boseiju the Reflection. It's interesting. Okay, so their hand is Harvester, Fable, X. That's good, because now we can crime on our turn and theirs. Did they exile? Oh, they must have discarded the Harvester to the Fable. Okay, so we know Fable 2 unknowns. And then save the Boseiju for their turn. Yeah, I like that. We don't even necessarily have to Boseiju now. There's a chance I might fire up the Cottage this turn. 3rd Cottage or 1st Hive. I guess the 1st Hive is probably better. Well, actually, no. I don't think I'm supposed to Cottage here because I want to use the Boseiju on their turn to be able to get the Lookout. It's awkward if they have push here because they could push end step. And then okay, they don't. That's good. Wait, no. I was supposed to Boseiju this Fable and draw step, right? Isn't that just better? Or like upkeep. I could Boseiju the Mountain, but they have the Shaman token to get treasures, so I don't even know if that accomplishes that much. Well, that's bad. I think I was supposed to Boseiju upkeep because I didn't want them looting this turn. Shit. We died. Could drop Pip, I guess. Even if we draw Pip, it might not be good enough. It's definitely not Pip. Do I have a turn? Maybe I have a turn. The last card's Fable. Can I kill Sorin? They have the Mutavault back to block 2. Oh, I guess I can animate 2 lands. Or I can just animate the Hive and then field the Mutavault. I have to lose the Strider. It's probably fine. It's better than letting them have the Sorin, right? Just one. I know. They're gonna get to eat the Lookout, but there's no way I can avoid this, right? Like, what happens if I let them keep the Sorin? They just plus in the Ripper, and I can never raise. You know, this at least gives me a fighting. This at least gives me some kind of a chance to raise. They crack Lethal back? How are they cracking Lethal back when I have Field for Mutavault? So they block the Lookout, Sorin dies. I go to 13. They have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I guess if I go to 2, I have no outs, but... No, I have the food. We're fine. Because I can pop the food, go back up to 5, pick your poison, kill this, then maybe play defense next turn. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, we go to 16 because of the Ripper trigger. But we can pop the food to go to 16 this turn. And we kind of need to draw Pick Your Poison, like, right now. Not sure if anything else is going to get us out of this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we go to 5. Draw Pick Your Poison, kill Ripper, go to 3. Cottage back up to 6. Maybe. Oh, I guess they could have done that. Yeah, that's a good point there. I didn't even think about that. I did it in response because I was like, they didn't have enough to animate again, but they could have animated again, yeah. You're correct. It's not Pick Your Poison. I mean, it's a chump blocker, but come on, we're dead. Game 3. Is Liliana good on the play? Decay is good against Fable. Well, good in quotation marks. It kills Fable, not at the rate that you want it to. I'm just not sure what we should be cutting in this matchup. Maybe Claws? But then I feel like our Freestrider Lookouts are a lot worse without Claws. 26 lands, by the way. Okay, this hand's not bad. Back the second field. This is honestly probably just a game where we go 3-2 into 3-2, I think. It's a good draw. I'm going to save it for next turn, though. Yeah, I'm going to save it for next turn. Just play Dreadknight this turn. Cringe. At least we have the Bitter Triumph if they go for Sorin. That's a hell of a draw step. Jesus Christ. That might be the single best draw step in my deck from that spot. Easy game. Easy game. If they have Sorin Ripper, we're going to lose a lot, but... And by a lot, I mean most of our shit. But it's fine. So, Shock, Crew, Pay, Sack, attack Sorin. I don't think it gets any better than that. We're taking a lot of damage this turn. Crew first, crew first, crew first. Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, I want to sacrifice a creature. Well, I mean, I don't want to, but I have to. Yes, this... I'm just at, I just paid half my life. No big deal. Just minus 10. 10 life and 2 cards to kill one fucking creature. Like, come on, man. Come on! I could just draw this last turn? The fuck? Come on, man. I mean, I guess we have another one covered, so it's not that bad. Is it worth shocking to play Claws? My life total is really low. Mana is important with this, but I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Gun Blast and happen so fast. Breacher. It's kind of rude. Push me? That'll do. That will do. Alright, give me a card, please. Youth of the Nation, we are. Attack you for 3. And we have another Ripper covered. They might just be sitting on Ripper and waiting on land 6, which we have covered because we had to Pick Your Poison. We are Bing chillin'. We're hoping for changes in the BNR. I mean, personally, I kind of was hoping they would answer Amalia. And not necessarily for power level reasons. I think that just specifically for the sole fact that it creates these weird, unintentional draws, I'm just not a fan of it. So I was hoping they would do something to Amalia, but turns out they chose not to do that. But other than that, I think the rest of the format's fine. Actually a good draw, because that covers the 3rd Ripper. You're on the Banned Treasure Cruise train for a while. Yeah, until I started playing Phoenix. Did I just not play my land that turn? No, I played Cottage. Okay. Not a fan of Sword Ripper, though. I don't mind it. I mean, there's plenty of answers. Tears of Ellicott, Pick Your Poison. There's enough good answers to it. It's like, it's annoying, but I don't know. I feel like it's something you can beat if you want to beat it. Yeah, you sack an enchantment. I'm just gonna get hyper aggressive this turn. I don't know if I should, but I'm going to. Crew 3. We are. Okay. I got more where that came from, buddy. 7, yeah. We are. I don't like how fast it kills you if you don't have the answer / thought seized. Are we still talking about Amalia? Or are we talking about vampires? I guess you could use that statement to describe either deck, so it's a little difficult, to be fair. But, I mean, honestly, that's just kind of what Pioneer is. And I don't really know... I just don't know a good way to fix that. Pioneer is a lot about ships passing in the night, and I feel like it's just kind of something we have to accept if we're going to play the format. And there's just not really a good answer to fix the issue, you know? I can kill them, right, if I go for... I think I can kill them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Animate. Crew. I mean, sure, if they have a removal spell, they're not dead, but they don't really have outs. Could say the same thing for Creativity and Lotus. Yeah, that is true. Do I want to sack the Cottage? Or actually kind of want to sack the Cottage anyways. Because I have another Cottage. This. I'm not giving up free value. It's just never going to happen. I could have went Lookout plus Claws, but I can't give up my Dreadknight. Oh, I could have cast the Dreadknight. Whoops. Doesn't matter. They're dead. They have no outs. Emergency Print Solitude. Solitude is good against Vein Ripper, because you can just sack the Solitude to it. That's probably the single best answer to Vein Ripper. Well, besides Pick Your Poison, of course. Tireless Tracker plus Freestrider go crazy. We played that in the first deck we played. The red-green one. It was good. It was definitely good. Yeah, that was the first league we played today was red-green with Magda, Tireless Tracker, World Souls Rage. That deck felt close. That one definitely felt close. I kind of like this one better, though. It's hard to explain why, but I think I like the way... Whoa! Hey, yo? Oh, is this this is the deck that Todd posted, isn't it? Isn't it? I am going to hold up Fatal Push. Yes, this is Pioneer. Black Red Swift Spear. There was a deck list that Tandy posted earlier today, and I think that's the deck that they were playing. Yeah, this is just that deck. It's a lot of slick shots. I mean, I kind of just have to hope they don't draw land, right? Let me see if I can find the list. I think he posted on Twitter, right? What's their hand again? Their hand is Stomp 3 Slick Shots. Can I afford the Shock? I mean, I'm shocking. Just what am I casting this turn? Probably just Trespasser. Because it disincentivizes them to kill it even if they can. Gains me a little life, and then I can just go Lookout attack next turn. I think taking Bone Crusher was better there? Why? My cards in hand just don't care about Bone Crusher. If I draw a third land, I just don't care about them having a Stomp. I have 3/3s. Do we want to go Lookout attack? I think I do. Because then I can double spell next turn. I think this is worth it. I really just want to hit a land off this Lookout. Perfect. Land acquired. If they find a land we can't really block, because we know they have Stomp, they can make Lookout a 1/1. Any consideration to playing Cheville, Bane of Monsters? I gotta read that one again. Card Cheville. God, that's so much text. BG 1/3 Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponents control no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. So like a free way to commit crimes if they have creatures. Whenever a permanent in opponent control with a bounty counter it dies, gain 3, draw a card. This might be crazy to say, but I wonder if that's better than Bronco. It certainly could be. Wait, did I just miss lethal? I did, didn't I? Okay, well, they conceded anyways. Oops. How's it do versus Lotus, Phoenix, Niv? Lotus, I would assume, is bad because your deck is a lot of removal and, like, you know, you want to play towards the long game, which you don't really want to do that against Lotus. But we have sideboard cards against Lotus. Phoenix, I think, should, in theory, be good because we have a lot of graveyard hate between the main deck claws and the hearses. And then I feel like you can probably grind with Niv, but that matchup is probably close. All right, what are we doing against Mono Red? Mono Red, huh? I don't know if Tandy 5 out with that. Yeah, Mosswood is good against control for sure. Half me, probably. Bankbuster is kind of a thick blocker. It do be kind of thick. Could also pick your poison against Slickshot. The issue I have with pick your poison against Slickshot is the games where they plot it, which they do plot it quite frequently. It like lines up kind of poorly against that, where they plot it, you have pick your poison, you can't use your pick your poison, and then they just deal you 7 damage, and then it's like, who cares if you even kill it at that point? I surely don't need the Gisas against them. They're just too slow. I could play 1. I think I'll do something like this. I could cut the 4th copy of Thoughtseize for the first Duress. I don't hate that. Somebody had suggested Shadow Spear earlier, and I kind of forgot about it. But it is really good with Field of Ruin, because you can just go... Shadow Spear has the flavor text, where you just Shadow Spear to make their stuff lose hexproof, and then just start fielding their Lotus Fields. I don't know if that's better than playing Damping Sphere, though, you know? Because, like, you could just load up on Damping Sphere Ashiok against them, and maybe that's better. It is also... Wait, no, I thought the Shadow Spear was 1 to activate now. How much does Shadow Spear cost to activate? 1 or 2? I thought it was 1. Black Source located. This out of here. Question is, did they plot or did they cast? I think they're probably going to plot the first one. Nope, never mind. Do you think they're going to cast the second one? It's a good draw step. Okay, so we just do this and pass. This is going to sound weird, but if they just go to combat and attack with both... Okay, they're plotting that one. And they have 1 card. Do we know what their 1 card is? No, they played the second song. I kind of want to not cast the Slickshot, or the... I kind of don't want to cast the push this turn. Well, no, that's just kind of dumb, right? Because I can push this, play Trespasser, or even Lookout, force them to play the Slickshot. Yeah, that's just dumb, right? Maybe I actually play Trespasser first. Yeah, because we can eat the... I'm going to eat this. Because I don't want them giving haste to something. I mean, I guess the Slickshot already has haste, but... They could, like, play Slickshot, pump the Soul Scar, make me have a bad block. I don't want to do that. Would you ever bring in Shadow Spear against aggro? Probably, yeah. Like, if I had... Like, assuming I had 2 copies in my sideboard for like, the Lotus Field matchup, I would probably bring in at least 1 for the aggro matchups. It would be something I'd be interested in. Alright, I'm going to get even more greedy. I think I'm actually not attacking. Well, no, because I want to trigger the Lookout. Yeah, I'll attack. I thought about not attacking there. Cottage me? I'm at 16. This should be fine. Like, how likely am I to die this turn? Probably not that likely. Pure Greeting. Well, the thing is, they have a Slickshot plotted. I don't want to cast the Path of Peril yet. Because it's like my only answer to the Slickshot right now. That's bad. But they're not casting the Slickshot this turn. I guess they kind of just don't have to, right? Maybe I'll cast it this turn. Okay, so their last card in hand is a Swift Spear, and they have a Slickshot on plot. Yeah, I think we gotta path this turn. We can't be... We gotta stop being greedy. We gotta do it this turn. I'll just take my 2 for 1. We're also just presenting lethal next turn, aren't we? 13, 12, 9... Yeah, we're presenting lethal next turn, so they're in kind of a rough spot. And we could also potentially use this to block the Swift Spear if we need to. Yeah, this is good. Stop getting greedy. No reason to. Okay, there's the Slickshot. Swift Spear. What did they draw? Why did they float 2 mana? The hell? I'll leave you choking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Animate this. They don't die this turn, but we can pop the food. So we just go to 16 and they can't kill us. All right, this version is feeling nice. This one's I think I like this more than the red-green version. I wasn't sure about it like when I started watching Spike play it, but the more I play it myself, it's like card is just absolutely cracked. This hand's good. That is the biggest issue with playing these Freestrider decks, is you kind of have to play a lot of Field of Ruins. Therefore, it's really hard to play a third color. I'm going to kill every creature you play for the rest of the game, I think. No, I'm not going to pay. I will choose not to pay. I don't know how to check Greatbeard. You should be able to check in chat. When his sun goes red again. Weirdly, I think I care more about Sailor than Phantom. I guess this is annoying. Wait, no, I have a Field of Ruin. Never mind. I should not care at all about this card. So lay down. People playing Spirits in 2024. Oh yeah, they still play it. The Spirits players will never give up, man. Never give up, never surrender. Define comeback. If by comeback you mean getting slaughtered by the black midrange decks, then the answer to your question is yes. This is a systematic dismantling. Just absolutely dismantled. What a game, huh? That was a close game. They play Cryptic Out? Oh, do they? Do I care about that card? I don't know if I do. Maybe I do. I've used all of my mana every single turn and killed everything they've played. No, they're going to flip my Trespasser.
Bruh.
Come on, man. I worked so hard to flip that guy. Worked so hard. All of my artwork is done. Yeah, Remaf is like the only person that I ever see win with Spirits. Alright, we can go to the next one. It's fine. We can go to the next game. I played a fair bit of Spirits on Arena. This game seems very familiar. Yeah, where somehow your mid-range opponent used all of their mana every single turn and killed every single creature you played. It's wild that it keeps happening every single game, though, you know? It's crazy how that happens. Alright, Spirito. I would assume Pick Your Poison is good against them. Path me? Path me? Is that it? Could bust. Do we want to bust against this opponent? I think Gisa's kind of shit. I am a big fan of busting. Could shave on claws, I guess. We are cutting Gisas, so we don't need the crimes as much. Could do one Bronco, one claw. It's probably okay. I kind of like Kaervek to just flashback my 1 mana cards Nair. Maybe it's too slow, though. I mean, this hand's kind of sus. How good is Gisa, really? It's really good against the other mid-range matchups. I think it's too important against Black, Red, and Niv. There's no shot I can keep this hand. I mean, it has a plan, right? It's got a plan. Fleck, thank you for the 17 months. Congratulations on your RCQ win. You can't tell me that you won an RCQ and not tell me what you won with. Now you gotta spill the details. You gotta spill those beans now. Thank you for the 17, Fleck. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. I can Boseiju the Curious Obsession. I didn't want to tell you because I want to break your heart. Oh, okay. But that's all you have to say. You don't have to say anything else. You can just leave it at that. It is pretty important that this has reach, right? Is the play actually Boseiju here? There's no way, right? That can't be the play. That just can't be the play. It can't be. But what if it was? It is technically a crime, right? That's what I'm saying, Creative Nate. I know it sounds crazy, but it might actually be the play here. I think it's that or Thoughtseize. But the plan with Thoughtseize is, like, we have to hope that they have a counterspell in hand, and they also don't draw a counterspell for the next two draws. Because if Lookout gets countered, we're dead, right? Our whole plan is resolve Lookout. If it resolves, we're good. If not, we die. And I guess Thoughtseize, maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to Thoughtseize. Maybe this is bad. Can we race with Moss? Nah. Maybe? I don't think so, though. We're too far behind in the race, I think. But that was a potential line as well. Just cast the 3-2. That's horrendous. So we're taking 9 damage. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're probably just gonna die. Oh, they're not casting the Sailor. I guess they want to give themselves the out of drawing Geistlight Snare. That's why they didn't cast Sailor. Kind of makes sense. Surely they didn't draw Geistlight Snare, right? I'm not even sure this is good enough at this point, though. We're actually just dead on board, right? Or close to it. Let's think about what would have happened if I had played the Mosswood last turn. So, just hypothetically, I'd be at 11, and I would be attacking them for 3, they go to 17. It still probably doesn't matter, right? I mean, look at their draw on the play. They went Wanderer into Obsession Wanderer into Phantom Sailor into Second Phantom. Like, most decks in the format can't beat that draw. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. What am I supposed to do about that draw, huh? Game 3. The save is painful, but it's very good. We go Thoughtseize on 1, tap land Thoughtseize on 2, hopefully rip land 3 for Kaervek. I think it's good enough. Yeah, push Sorin Ripper. And even then, maybe that's not good enough. Because they can just, like, they're wide enough to kill the Sorin. But yeah, exactly something like that. Or, like, I don't know, I guess uncounterable sweeper somehow. Even if I drew Path of Peril, it wouldn't have been good enough because they had two Wanderers. We met Vampires with this deck yet? Yeah, we just played against Vampires last round. We beat it. I kind of want to take Rattlechain's Bankbuster, but just leave them with double Phantom. Maybe I let them have the Bankbuster? It's kind of wild. No, I'm going to take Bankbuster, and I think I'm going to take Chains with the second one. See what they draw, though. Okay, well. That is not bad. Okay, I'm going to cast Thoughtseize. I'll happily trade it for a Phantom, or a Wanderer if they want to. I am going to take the Chains, and then I'm going to plan on pushing the Phantom. I think this is my plan. Yeah, Spirits is not a great Bankbuster deck, but I think it kind of makes sense for them to board it in, just because of the what happened game 1, you know? Land me. Land me. I need a land here badly. Land. It's not a land. Well, that sucks. Alright. You want to counter it? That's fine. Okay. So they have a second Phantom and one Unknown. We're still not in the worst position. So they drew exactly... What did they draw? That's a really good draw step. Okay, well, it turns out we're actually in a horrible position. As a matter of fact. Yep. So, draw land? It's a land. How do we ever beat this Cryptic Code, though? Certainly, 2 Kaerveks do not beat Cryptic Code. Yeah, we knew about that. We can pick up the code, too, so we can't even draw, like, a Disenchant. Cycle Clause. Just don't think that's a winning line. Oh, you're saying instead of do the Dreadknight thing last turn? Yeah, I mean, either way, it's like 2 mana cycle to try and find the third land. We tried. Just missed too many land drops this game. Happens. Claudio. Are we niving or are we blue-whiting? This hand sucks. Has Claudio ever registered a deck that didn't have Yorion? I don't think I've ever seen him do that. I don't think he has it in him. The Yorion is just glued. You multi 5. That's good. Yeah, it's either Niv or blue-white. Yeah, but they're both Yorion decks, right? That was the point, is that blue-white and Niv are both Yorion decks. Niv confirmed. Well, what if he just can't kill a Bronco, huh? What if he just can't kill a Bronco? There's really no reason not to do this. Because I'm going to cast Dreadknight either way. It's kind of free. Yeah, I know. Your turn. Luckiest Niv player in the West always has turn 2 binding. With the horrendous mana base. Basic Plains. Sylvan Caryatid. I attack. Alright, don't sweep me, please. Please don't sweep me. I would appreciate you not casting a sweeper. Well, appears that that might not happen. Okay. Noted. Noted, noted, noted. I'm going to keep the card in the graveyard. Rocks! Rocks! Come on, man.
Bruh.
Maybe I should hold the Kaervek back on defense? Yes, this is rough. I could cycle the claws. I kind of want the claws with the Kaervek, though, is the issue. Maybe I just don't have time for that. Rocks! Rocks is really good. I wonder if a build playing a bunch of fields and Assassin's Trophy as removal with the alternate plan of running people out of basics is reasonable. Yeah, that was kind of the idea. Maybe we should just be playing more Field of Ruins. I think this version only has 4 field, 1 demo, but you could even go up to playing, you could play as many as 12, right? 4 field, 4 demo, 4 volatile fault, and then play trophy on top of that. Because both Phoenix and Vampires, 1, don't play a basic of their second color, and 2, only have 3 basics. So that's not an unreasonable plan. Alright. Maybe the Niv matchup is bad. Well, the Niv matchup against Claudio is bad because Claudio is the luckiest motherfucker on this planet. So specifically Claudio is good against us. Everybody else we're fine against. Cloud connected. Get these bank busters in here. We have to play some removal, but I don't want a lot of it. I think Trespasser is kind of mid. I don't want to just be on no ways to kill Niv Mizzet, so I'm going to keep in 2 Bitter Triumph. Is Pillage the Bog good in this deck? Could be. Although it's a little bit awkward when you want to cast it early to hit land drops because you have a lot of fields. I don't know if I should keep this hand, but I'm going to. Yes, because you're still targeting the permanent. I have thought about Glissa. I'm choosing to play Graveyard Trespasser instead, but I definitely have thought about Glissa. It's a card you could play for sure. It's a good draw. Surely he doesn't have turn 2 binding again, right? Right? Lightning can't strike twice. Okay, that mana does not cast binding. Does cast that card, though. Unfortunate. Alright, Whisper Me. Not looking great. Not looking great. Yeah, 80 cards, by the way. Bobble. Buster is nice. It's just so bad. Question is, do we play this or draw? I think we just draw with Bank Buster. We're too far behind, though, I think. This matchup seems pretty bad. I thought it wouldn't be that bad if we can get to Gisa, but the big problem with this matchup is, if you don't draw specifically Gisa, and they have a lot of sweepers anyways to handle Gisa, it's just, they can easily outcard you with, their Fables and Beanstalks and whatever. And I guess, the cards that you're generating are just extra lands off of Lookout, which it's not clear how much those actually matter in most games. So, yeah, seems like a tough matchup. This doesn't help either, but, it does seem like not a great matchup. Alright, I'm off it. I'm out of here. I just can't do it. Oh, man. Tough match. Well, we started off 3-0. I'm gonna pay the doubters. The doubters get paid. You hate to see it. Unfortunate. Doubters get paid. Although, again, it's still, I think, a pretty good showing. I do like a lot of what's going on here. It's weird. I did say that I didn't want to play a third Gisa because 5 drops Keck W, but it does seem like in a lot of matchups we kind of need this card. Again, maybe you play the third in the sideboard to help in the matchups like Niv and Vampires. The Trespassers I could take or leave. Those could be Glissas. Honestly, the Kaerveks weren't that great. This card was much less impressive than I thought it was going to be. The Broncos were fine. Just a good 2-drop that they have to kill. And what's nice about Bronco is you bait out removal, and then maybe they don't have a removal spell for your Lookout, and then you could take the game over with that. Dreadknight's good. Decay's fine. Claw's fine. Yeah, I would look to replace the Kaerveks and the Trespassers. Those could be like Glissas and then, I don't know, maybe the 4th Claws or something. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. Please let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube.